7 federations, 48 hours. One ultimatum that Gianni Infantino did not see coming. Before a single knockout match has been played, before the quarterfinals, before the semifinals, before anyone has even lifted a trophy, the biggest institutional crisis in World Cup history has already started. And Infantino's response? He told everyone to chill and relax. That's the actual quote. The president of the most powerful sporting organization on the planet, presiding over a tournament worth billions of dollars, with 7 of the most important football nations in the world threatening to pack their bags and go home. And his answer was, chill and relax. Stay until the end of this video, because what I'm about to show you isn't just about football rules. It's about who actually controls the game, and the answer might shock you. If you're new here, subscribe right now. This channel covers what the big outlets won't touch. No corporate script, no filters, no one we need to protect. Just football, told honestly. Hit subscribe, and let's get into it. Let me give you the names, because when you see the list, you'll understand why this isn't a complaint. It's a rebellion. Argentina, England, Spain, Portugal, Germany, France, Colombia. 7 of the most decorated football nations on earth. Between them, multiple World Cup titles, multiple continental championships, and virtually every player any serious football fan would put in their dream team right now. This is not a protest by the small nations. This is the biggest football powers in the world telling FIFA, we are done accepting this. Let's start with the rule that has united 2 completely different football cultures, Argentina and England, Portugal and Germany, in the exact same complaint. That alone should tell you something. FIFA has introduced a rule that gives a referee the power to show a straight red card, an immediate red card, no warning, to any player who covers their mouth while speaking to a referee or an opponent during the match. No proof required of what was said. The gesture alone is enough. Now, I understand where this rule came from. It came from a specific incident in the Champions League this season. Vinicius Jr., a young Argentinian player, a covered mouth, an accusation of racist language that could never be confirmed because nobody could hear what was said. FIFA tried to solve an impossible problem. But think about what they actually created. In a tournament watched by 2 billion people, in the most high-pressure matches in football, a player can now be sent off, his team reduced to 10 men, for a hand gesture. Not for what he said, not even for what he intended, for a hand gesture. Argentina's federation called it censorship of natural human emotion on the pitch. Germany agreed. Portugal said it destroys the authentic passion that makes football football. And when Argentina, Germany, and Portugal all look at the same rule and say the same thing, that is not a cultural sensitivity issue. That is the rule being objectively broken. The second rule that has pushed these federations to the edge is one that sounds almost too minor to matter, until you understand what it actually costs you at the worst possible moment of the match. New FIFA rule. When the 4th official holds up the board with your number, you have exactly 10 seconds to cross the touchline. 10 seconds. If you're 11 seconds slow, your replacement has to wait 1 full minute on the sideline. Your team plays that entire minute with 10 men. England's Gareth Southgate, a man not known for public outbursts, privately told his own federation that this rule makes it impossible to compete on equal terms. Because England, historically, uses substitutions tactically. The player leaving the field walks slowly for a reason. The coach is buying 90 seconds to reorganize. That is football. That is strategy. That has been strategy for 50 years. Now that strategy is illegal. And if you execute it imperfectly, if the player is 11 seconds slow, you are punished with a minute of 10 versus 11 in the most critical phase of a knockout match. Spain is equally furious. France is equally furious. And all 3 of them are asking the same question. Was this designed to fix a problem, or was it designed to speed up the game for an audience that has never watched football before? Now here is where the crisis gets a completely different dimension. Because while the European federations are fighting about rules, about philosophy, about the soul of the game, Colombia walked into its assigned training facility and found something that had nothing to do with philosophy. The pitches were not ready. Not ideal. Not ready. The Colombian medical staff inspected the training surfaces and refused to allow players of the caliber of Luis Diaz and James Rodriguez to train on them, because the risk of injury was real. Colombia isn't asking FIFA to rethink the game. Colombia is asking FIFA to deliver what was promised, the minimum standard for players who are, in some cases, worth hundreds of millions of dollars and who carry the football dreams of an entire nation. And FIFA's response? Work in progress. Be patient, chill, and relax. And here is where I stop reporting and start saying what I actually think. Because this channel doesn't exist to read FIFA press releases back to you. You can find those anywhere. What nobody is saying clearly enough is this. FIFA did not design these rules for football fans. These rules were designed for an audience that has never watched football before. An audience that watches the Super Bowl, that watches the NBA, that has been trained by American sports to expect constant movement, constant action, no dead time, no tactical pauses, no goalkeeper holding the ball while his defenders reposition. And that is a legitimate commercial objective. I understand it. In order for this World Cup to financially succeed in the United States, football needed to feel more like American sport. Faster, louder, less space for tactical chess. But here is the part that nobody at FIFA wants to say out loud. The style of football they are trying to eliminate. The possession game, the patient build-up, the goalkeeper as the first midfielder, the tactical substitution as a weapon. That is the exact style that produced the greatest moments in World Cup history. It produced Zidane in 1998. It produced the Spanish tiki-taka era. It produced the Argentina of 2022 that won on tactics, not just talent. Gianni Infantino is trying to make the World Cup more American. And in doing so, he may be making it less football. Now let's do the maths that Infantino is doing right now, because you need to understand the pressure he is actually under. If these 7 federations walk out, and I'm not saying they will, I'm saying if, the World Cup loses the defending world champion, it loses the current European champion, it loses Cristiano Ronaldo's last World Cup, it loses 4-time world champions Germany, it loses the Colombia of Luis Diaz, who has been arguably the most exciting player in European football this season. The television contracts collapse. The sponsorship valuations collapse. The entire financial architecture of the tournament, the one that justified expanding to 48 teams, the one that justified hosting this in America, collapses with it. That is a president who is buying time because he has 48 hours, and he knows it. I want to know what you think. One question, one answer in the comments. Does FIFA cave and change at least 3 of these rules before the first knockout match, or does it hold firm and gamble that these federations are bluffing? Tell me. Because this debate is not settled, and your voice matters in it. And before you go, I need to tell you one thing. There is a development in this story that happened in the last 12 hours that I have not mentioned yet, because I wanted to verify it fully before saying it here. This channel does not publish rumors. It publishes information. In the next video, which is coming before you expect it, I will tell you exactly what FIFA's first private response to these 7 federations actually was. And it is not what anyone expected. Subscribe, activate the notification bell, do not miss that video. 7 federations, 48 hours, and a president who told the world to chill and relax. We'll see how that goes.